Hey folks, Ken Coleman here. Did you know The Ramsey Show is one of the most popular podcasts in the world? It's your daily dose of advice on life and money. Check out all of our shows from the Ramsey Network wherever you listen to podcasts.
Ramsey Show ending, Aftershow beginning, live on both the YouTubes and the, what's that other thing called, Twitches. Put my links in the chat and we will get going, y'all. Alrighty. Federal holiday for the Juneteenth today, and so no stock market, banks closed, etc., etc. Post office closed. Alrighty, episode 303. There we go. Alright. Listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go to host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath. Go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kid. No student loan at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by D.H. Schumann. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. You can schedule a free consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link's at the top of the chat, the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can reach me on Instagram, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, you can do that at paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty, brand new Ramsey Show today. Hosts were Dave Ramsey and Ken Coleman. And of note today, let's see if it's on, if they have a graphic online for it already. Let's see, RamseySolutions.com. Let's see, events. All events. See if it's on there. There we go. It is the Real Estate Reality Check, which is a fabulous name for it when Dave first started talking about it and having the upcoming live stream. I can't remember. I suggested something lame like the real estate live stream or something really stupid. Real Estate Reality Check is a fabulous name. That's why I'm sure whoever thought of that gets paid a lot of money for that kind of thing. And is the housing market going to crash? Learn the facts and walk away confident, not fearful. And that is a free live stream event. I don't know if they are having that like in an auditorium, or maybe they're just having it at Ramsey Solutions with or without an audience there. I don't know. They do have a theater there, so it could be held there. Didn't know about that. But anyway, that's July 14th, which is a Tuesday. All right. And basically, he's going to say that the prices aren't going to be coming down. They're not going to be coming down. They might chill for a bit, but they're not going to be coming down. That this is the new normal, and that's the dealio. All right, so we don't really have a market report today because the market was closed due to the Juneteenth holiday, but Friday's stock futures ended up the S&P plus 1.1%, same with the NASDAQ, and the Dow 0.93%. And guess what? Your boy did win fantasy mutual funds for that. So fun times for Friday, but this is the after hours stuff, and of course there's pre-market trading in the morning, so this could all be different. It could be way higher than this, it could be the same, it could be even negative by the time the market opens up on at 9:30 Tuesday morning, I believe is the time that it does that. Yeah, let's see what we got in the news. Not that busy of a news day. All right, let's accept all cookies. Okay, this is Amazon stock near a 52-week low. What's next? Amazon stock declined significantly, over 36% this year, and trading near the 52-week low on sale. Besides general market selling and tech stocks, the slowdown in e-commerce growth and inflationary cost pressure weighed on the shares of this internet giant. What's next? Amazon guidance for quarter 2 indicates that the worst is not still over. Notably, its net sales growth rate has consistently lost steam over the past 4 quarters. For instance, Amazon's net sales growth decelerated to 7% in quarter 1 from 9% in quarter 4 of 2021. Moreover, Amazon expects 3 to 7% growth in its top line in quarter 2, implying further softness. That's what she said. And so, I mean, if it's 7%, that's going to be holding steady at least. So that would be good news. If it's 3% or less than 7, that means it went down again. But still recovering from pandy, inflation, etc., etc. It could very well be lower. And the companies keep going down for some reason, even if they make money, but it's less than people wanted it to be. So let's see, what does it say? Weak near-term outlook and uncertainty over the economic trajectory could limit the recovery in the stock. The momentum in its cloud business is a bright spot. During the last reported quarter, Amazon's cloud business delivered net sales growth of 37%. So that growth could reaccelerate. So I'm assuming they're going to say it's a good stock. Obviously, we don't buy single stocks here, but of course, Amazon would be in your large cap future mutual fund. Bottom line, Amazon stock has an outperform smart score of 8 out of 10 on tip rank, so I think that means they would suggest to buy it. So we'll see what happens with that. This is from Ann CNBC. Make it. From the work section. 4-day week. These firms say they've nailed the new working model. That's what she said. And profits are good. When Alice Will and her team at Edinburgh-based food and drink marketing agency Lux decided to trial a 4-day working week back in January 2020, they chose not to tell clients as a way of testing its effectiveness. If our clients don't notice, then that's a huge measure of whether it's working. None of our clients did, which was great. None of the clients had to call them on Friday. I mean, maybe there was still people answering the phones on Friday, but like the salespeople or whoever were off. Don't know. Let's see, to keep up with client workloads, Lux implemented an alternate shift pattern with some people working Monday to Thursday, while other employees work Tuesday to Friday. Okay, that's how you cover that. Cool. Well, I guess that worked, and you got Monday and Friday then would be your light days, and then the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be all hands on deck days. So, man, they have said that has worked since they first started the trial. Profits risen 30%, productivity up 24%. So how about that? I was going to say anybody. Let's see. Consumer goods giant Unilever testing it out in New Zealand. Microsoft's trying it in Japan. I was reading about one such 4-day week success story that convinced Dean Tempest and his co-founders at London-based board games creator Big Potato Games to try it out with their company. Big Potato has seen sales increase 350% since it started trialing a 4-day working week in 2019, writing it into contracts the following year. However, Tempest noticed employees understand there is some flexibility needed for certain roles in the company. For instance, I was trying to make example and instance into one word there. Those are two different words. So this one says instance. Did it again. Big Potato's customer service team work on contract hours rather than a 4-day working week. Tempest said Big Potato needed to ensure its customers always have access to that team, so that's just never going to work with a 4-day week. Sure. But there can be flexibility in this stuff. And I guess it reduces carbon emissions and burnout as well. A game changer. If it becomes the norm, that certainly would be a game changer. because not that many companies do that. Very interesting. Unbelievable. This, what is this from? TheRegister.com. Unbelievably clever. Red Bean 2, a single file web server that runs on 6 operating systems. OSs. Write once, run anywhere finally came true thanks to APE and the Cosmopolitan LIBC. Let's see, a bunch of almost unbelievably clever tech tricks come together in something practical with Red Bean 2, a web server plus content in a single file that runs on any x86-64 operating system. The project is the culmination so far of a series of remarkable inspired hacks by programmer Justine Tunney. Some Russian stuff right there, I think. Cosmopolitan LIBC. I think that's the C plus libraries, I think is what that stands for. And the original Red Bean. It may take a little time to explain what it does, so bear with us. We promise you will be impressed. Okay, let's see. It uses a remarkable hack known as APE, which stands for Actually Portable Executable. Okay. The gist of the idea is whatever programming language you use, if you compile your code to a native binary, it produces x86-64 machine code, and any x86-64 processor runs the same machine code. If you wrote a program that didn't call on any external code at all, then in principle, the only difference between a Windows binary and, say, a Linux binary is the format of the file that contains the binary. So if you could only get around that, your program will be able to run on any OS. Okay. All right. So basically, it sounds like it just writes it in something that both Linux, for example, and Windows can see, and possibly other OSs like the Apple OS as well. Fun times. It's about Netflix. It's from Variety.com. And says they brace for more layoffs this week. And they've had stock troubles and losing subscribers. And they're installing that new, they're going to be enforcing the, they're going to crack down on the sharing password thing. There's from CNN Business. Invest ahead. 5 savings mistakes people make when building their financial life. Let's see if any of these sound familiar to Ramsey stuff. This is a version of the story originally published on April 14, 2022. That's right, recycling. Probably because of Juneteenth. So in lieu of new content, they have that. But we didn't talk about this before. Alright, so problems. Waiting too long to start retirement savings. Anybody that takes FPU knows the story of the 2 friends. One starts investing 10 years earlier and stops after 10 years. His friend starts 10 years later, right when the first person stops. And the second person, even though he's putting more in and continued down the road, he keeps going forever. The first person stops putting it, and the first person makes more simply because they started first. And so that's your dealio on that. Earlier the better, but not before you get to baby step 4, because you want to free up that income to do that investing. Investing while you have debt is like trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in it. Okay, so they say not maxing out a 401k, which you should certainly do that. Again, you don't do that. You hold off on investing while you're paying off debt in the Ramsey plan. But certainly, once you're on baby step 4, you do want to max that bad boy out, if at all possible. Hopefully, you can max it out with the recommended 15% of gross income. that you should be investing for retirement at that point when you get to baby step 4. Falling victim to lifestyle inflation, and it's lifestyle creep. Yep, and so you start making more money, you start spending more money, and so the best thing to do is to disregard that while you make progress on the baby steps and use the money for that instead of to increase your lifestyle. Like all of a sudden you don't need a new house all of a sudden just because you make $15,000 more a year, that kind of thing. So put it to baby steps so you can get ahead. I mean, you can you could have a vacation at that point once you get in baby step 4 land. Once your full emergency fund is filled, that's baby step 3. Once that's filled, you can absolutely go on vacation or something else. Spend money on fun things, just not all of your new money. 4, not having enough in emergency savings. That's the baby step 3 is your full emergency fund. You have a temporary emergency fund, a starter emergency fund in baby step 1. That's $1,000, and that $1,000 serves as emergency savings while you are still paying off debt. Everything else you're supposed to be paying off debt, and a lot of people say that it's not enough. That $1,000 is not enough for emergencies, and they're not comfortable with that. You're not supposed to be comfortable with it. You're supposed to get your butt out of debt, and once you get your butt out of debt, then you have the full emergency fund, and then you can be comfortable at that point. But Dave doesn't want you to be comfortable in baby step 2 while you're paying off debt. All right, keeping too much in volatile assets like cryptocurrencies. And of course, more millennials have crypto. They have more crypto than stocks or mutual funds in their retirement plans, according to a story we did on the Aftershow about 3 months ago or something like that. And so, yeah, in cryptocurrencies, any type of volatile assets. So basically, the assets you should have is real estate and mutual funds. But mutual funds don't call you in the middle of the night when the air conditioning goes out. Oh, and I guess that's it. All right. So those made sense, and also related to Ramsey kind of ways, if not exactly following his step order. What up, sir, the craftsman? This is dailystar.co.uk, so take it for what it is. They have a quote here that supposedly would make you think it's from NASA. NASA terrified Elon Musk SpaceX rocket will explode and destroy their only route to the International Space Station. And so I saw that, and the first thing I thought is, well, you're NASA. Why don't you have a route to the International Space Station? Maybe that would be your fault for not having any rockets that can do that. How about that? Let's see if it mentions anything about that, about what NASA is doing instead of having rockets. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, does not say that. But anyway, that's they don't have their own rockets to do that. So I mean, you can't really nitpick about somebody else's rocket when you don't have any of your own, and your name is NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. You would think you would have one rocket. All right, that's from the Washington Post, actually on MSN.com, but via Washington Post. Americans starting to pull back on travel and restaurants. Earlier in the spring, they were like gangbusters there, ready to get back on vacation and go out of town and out of the country. and have some fun and spend money on vacation and stuff. But it looks like this says more Americans are beginning to hold off on booking flights, getting haircuts. Uh-oh. I need one again. Building backyard pools and replacing old leaky roofs in some of the new signs that the consumer engine of the U.S. economic growth could be losing steam. Over the past several weeks, households had already cut back on big ticket purchases because of soaring prices. But in a worrisome twist, data suggests consumers are also beginning to tap the brakes on dining out, vacation plans, and even routine services like manicures, haircuts, and home cleaning appointments. Business owners around the country say rising prices, dwindling savings, and concerns of a souring economy are taking a toll on household spending decisions. Look at this. At Olentangy Maids in Columbus, Ohio. Did not know that was going to be in this story. Fun, little local flair there. More customers are putting off or canceling home cleaning appointments. Some regulars are trying to negotiate lower prices, while others have stopped tipping altogether, co-owner Keith Troyer said. It hasn't been a massive drop-off, but enough that it's been noticeable. Quite a few clients have called saying, hey, my wife got laid off, we need to cancel, or can I switch from a bi-weekly to monthly? Prior to this month, that's something that hardly happened. Let's see what else we got from Axios.com. The U.S. weighing penalizing airlines if flight disruptions continue. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg told, I believe that's pronounced correctly, told the Associated Press in an interview Saturday his department may take enforcement actions against airlines that do not abide by consumer protection standards. Driving the news as air travel has rebounded from lows because of the coronavirus pandemic. Widespread flight disruptions caused by airline staffing shortages and weather have upended schedules and left travelers stranded or scrambling, and that's not going to help the previous story where people are cutting back on that anyway. That's just another reason to not take flights if they keep being canceled. So staffing shortages at the Federal Aviation Administration, which falls under Buttigieg's purview, have contributed to flight delays, according to the AP. As of Saturday afternoon, more than 2,900 U.S. flights were delayed and 760 were canceled altogether, according to real-time flight tracker FlightAware. The disruptions came on the heels of almost 9,000 flight delays and 1,470 cancellations on Friday. Most of the delays were weather-related. Well, you can't do anything about that. We can't control the weather yet. So what to watch? Government could levy fines against the airlines, but those have typically been small. Air Canada had to pay a $2 billion fine last year because it did not refund passengers quickly enough. All right, staff shortages expected to last into 2023. Alrighty. As I said, slow news day. Let's check on reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. 1 minute. Alrighty, let's see what we got. If we got anything for the holiday today. Let's see. Okay. The Mortgage 3 Drinks. The Mortgage 3 Drinks. Is that what that is? Or the Meeting 3 Drinks? Whatever MTG stands for. What time does Dave's show go live in studio? I find myself in Nashville through tomorrow, and while I'm here, I'd like to step into Ramsey Solutions for a live show. Who knows? They may be asking me for my debt-free storage. Just want to make sure I get there at the right time. All right, that is in local time there. It's 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time is when it is there, just like it has always been. And of course, that's 1 hour later Eastern time. That's 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, and that's when you can listen to live audio either on RamseySolutions.com. If you click on the audio, if you click on video, it just takes you to the YouTube page where you'll be waiting for the delayed video to go on. Now they delay the video, and which they've done since for like a year and a half now. They delay the video so that they can cut out the commercials, and that leads to YouTube promoting it more, and that leads to more people watching it. And so this person in baby step 7 apparently. So that was 6 hours ago, so that means tomorrow. So I'm sure 15 comments, I'm sure they've told him. But that's the dealio on that. So it's 3 p.m. Central Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time that the video starts on YouTube, but the show starts 2 hours before that. If there is a 2-hour delay on the show. To further complicate things, the taking out of the commercial also turns the 3-hour audio broadcast into a 2-hour video broadcast just because of the absence of commercials. Alrighty, let's see what else we got from, let's see, 1 day ago. What would Dave do Flair? Baby step 3B, and of course that is after you've saved your full emergency fund. In baby step 3B is saving for a down payment for a house. Hi everyone, I'm very familiar with the 7 baby steps. However, I'm hesitant on stopping my 401k contributions completely to save for a down payment. So probably you didn't stop them for paying off debt either, maybe. But anyway, so I don't know why you picked the flare. The flare doesn't go on there unless the person picks it. And this says, what would Dave do? So familiar with the baby steps, but doesn't want to do it, hesitant on following what would Dave do, but use that flare anyway. Don't get it? All right, let's see what it is. He didn't want to stop it completely to save for a down payment. So he must not have stopped it when he was saving, when he was paying off debt, if there was any debt, or in this Florida man 2022. Didn't stop it during debt payment and didn't stop it while saving up full emergency fund either, which is Dave's advice, and that's what Dave would do. What Dave would do is what he advises everyone else to do. I'm currently 27, have roughly 27K in retirement so far, and have about 40K saved for down payment already. Goal is to save 60K for 20% down payment on a 300K house. I'm trying to wait for prices to come down. They're not gonna. And I know Dave says you can stop retirement contributions for no more than 2 years. It's 3, actually. If I stop contributing, I could afford roughly $1,000 more a month in the savings to beef up my down payment. What is everyone's thought? My thought is to do the Ramsey advice, just like you have here. What would Dave do? Dave would stop that. But no, actually that's not the rule for baby step 3B. It is for baby step 2, no investing yet. It is for baby step 3, no investing yet. But when you start saving for your down payment, it's up to you what you want to do. You can stop, you can not, or stop, in this case, where it sounds like he hasn't stopped while he was doing other baby steps. But you can stop completely on retirement investing and save all that money for a bigger down payment. Or you can do both at the same time. You can do your investing and save up for a down payment. Of course, that'll be less money since you are continuing to invest, but you can do it either way, so that's fine. $1,000 more a month, that's $12,000. I mean, that can put you into a better house. And let's see, $60K for a 20% down payment on a 300K house, $40K down. So stop contributing $1,000 more a month. Yeah, you can do that, or you can keep investing and let that take you longer. It's a good idea to wait for the 20% down payment. Dave is fine with a first-time home buyer just putting 10% down, but you are going to have to pay PMI because of that, so you may want to late. So all this depends on you. Get to make all these decisions. On this, Dave just explains to you the ramifications of it, but you get to do what you want to do on that. All right. Roth contribution during down market. This is from BGIT Marie. Okay, don't know what that means. Everyone's talking about how awful the stock market is, and now with prices being low, this is the best time to invest. That's right, because it's on sale. When it's that low like this, it's on sale. That's how that works. Does this also mean it's the best time to contribute to your Roth IRA? Always is the best time to contribute to your Roth IRA. You don't try to time the market. You invest on schedule. So, like out of every paycheck, you do 15% of gross household income, and you do that out of every single check. You're not trying to save up a bunch of money and then put it in the stock market at a particular time. You're supposed to keep investing on schedule, whether it's down or up. But that doesn't take away from the fact that when you're buying now on schedule, you are getting it on sale. Is there any gain for contributing now when the market is down in comparison to a lump sum when the market might be up? If you do a lump sum after the market goes up, you're going to be paying more for the mutual fund prices. You're going to be paying more for the mutual fund for each share. So let's see, not 100% convinced I understand the relationship between the market and Roth. Could someone explain? The market is the market. That's what the individual stocks and then the mutual funds that those stocks are in, that determines the price, whatever people think it's worth. Because the more people buy the stock, the more the stock goes up. The Roth is simply the name of the tax-advantaged account that allows you to put in after-tax dollars. That means you've already paid taxes on it, the taxes that come out of your paycheck, just like everything else you're going to buy. But with this little bit, you put in the Roth, and that amount in the Roth, $6,000 a year if you are 50 or under 50. If you're under 50 years old, 50 and over, get an extra $1,000. But if you're under 50, that is $6,000. And so old people like me can put in $7,000 as a catch-up idea. And Senator Roth was the person that spearheaded, was the word I was thinking of, spearheaded the bill on that and introduced it, I believe. And so that's what the dealio on that is. But yes, now it is on sale. The S&P 500 was at a high. That's an index, and that was at a high December 31st, 2021, and since then it's been down. And so right here is like the regular price, and all this where it's come down is the sale price. And at most, the longest time it'll take is 5 years in the history of the entire market. Longest time it'll take is 5 years. And so it may take 5 years. Who knows? The last time during the pandy crash, it took 6 months and the market was at a new high. So if you bought while it was falling down and when it hit the low of the pandy, I don't have that here. Let's pull that up. Let's see. Roll out finance. Let's look at that. S&P. 5 years. Right there. There's the pandy crash right there. So as you can see, where it was up at the high right there. And guess what? I kept buying all the way down here. And guess what? A couple months later, What is that? February to August. So 6 months later, it was at a new high. So all the stuff that you bought here, you made immensely more profit on. Immensely more rate of return, rather, on here. And so this is going to do the same thing. It's continuing to go low, so that means it's all on sale. And so it has come up some of the time, like the last day it did go up. Let's see what the 5 is. It down for 5 days? Yeah, the last 5 trading days it is down. So once it does start going back up, all that's going to be, again, if you wait to buy at the top of the market, then you only make money when it goes up higher than that. If you buy down here where it is today, then you make money all the way up. All right. Fun times. Good question. And yeah, you obviously didn't understand how it works. It's like, oh, it's going down, I'm going to lose money. So, and you definitely don't time it to buy just at the top of the market, because then it's just going to go down again if it's at the top. Alrighty. Great show with the hunting dogs, and I don't have hunting dogs on this show. There weren't hunting dogs on the Ramsey show either when you posted that, I believe, Matt. Alright, how do I talk to my HR about my withholding? Sales in year-to-date gross $60K, but netted like $30 to $40K. Am I missing something here? They could be taking any numbers out. How do you talk to them? You go to their office and say, hey, we need to talk about my withholdings. Alright, lender sold mortgage from Manning Fan 48, and that is a common thing. That happens all the time. Especially if you work with a mortgage broker, because they are the ones, they're going to find somewhere to loan you the money. They're going to find whatever best rate they can get for you, and that lender that the mortgage broker found, that lender gives you the money, but that lender may base his business on short term, whereas okay, I'm going to make this loan, but then I'm going to get all my money back when I sell it to a bigger mortgage company, like, a month or 2 or 3, however many down the road. He's going to sell your loan to there. And so that happens all the time. That's not a problem. To someone named Fannie or Freddie, right? That's your government lenders there. All right, that's from Eminores. Property advice: sell now and take over $100,000 in appreciation and roll that into a property. You could do that, or stay and continue to live comfortably here. Yeah, it's just you could make money, but then you got to get another place to stay. 100K in appreciation rollover property. Yeah, if you need to upgrade, but guess what? Just because your appreciation has gone up 100,000 and you can make 100,000, that doesn't mean you need a property that's worth 100,000 more than you have right now. You don't have to do that. Just because you make some money doesn't mean you need to spend it. So, I mean, that's up to you. You can certainly do that, but then again, you gotta find a buyer. You gotta go through all the headaches of selling, and then you gotta find another place to live. You gotta find that other property, and and that it's up to you if you want to go through, jump through those hoops to make that happen. So let's see if there's anything else. No other debt aside from a $4,800 student loan debt from my wife's nursing school. That should be paid off today, probably. Let's see, enough room to build a shop, store equipment in for my business also. We found several properties that fit the bill and checked the right boxes first, and they're generally in the 240 to 340 range, okay? realize thinking now would be the best possible time to take a profit. Yeah, if you need to do that, again, you can do that if you want. Let's see, I'm generally one who likes taking more risk with the money, but this seems like a fairly foolproof thought process, but I want to be sure there isn't something I'm not thinking of. Thanks for any advice you have for us. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. The buyer for your house could pull out at the last second. Even if he's put down earnest money already, sometimes they lose that earnest money and back out of buying your house. And then what? And then you've already signed to buy another one at a different time. And so then what are you going to do? You're going to increase your debt because of that and then have 2 mortgages? Those mortgages. So that's not a good idea. So, it can work out, and it can work out great with no problems. And so you can do that again if you want to, and if you want to, you do have to prepare for the contingencies. Probably not doing Dave advice since you have a $4,800 student loan debt. Definitely, if you were going to do that anyway, you would take some of that house appreciation money and pay that off. But moving up in house just because you have $100K more in appreciation is not a good idea. Do you need to move up? You're saying you wanna, what do you want to do? Go to moving properties. I'm quite a bit larger than our current property with woods, enough room for me to build a shop that I can store equipment in for my business, also work on side projects. Yeah, but that sounds great right there. But if you don't need a larger area, if you don't need woods, they might be fun for you. You might like to hunt or do whatever people do in woods, and to build a shop that you can store equipment in for your business. Okay, great. If your business keeps working right, and if you have actual equipment to store in there, and also work on side projects. Yeah, if you actually work on those side projects, and that's just something that never happens. So you got to consider all that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Ramp card ads. Anyone else add by the ramp card ads? Apparently it's the best card for startups, but I don't have a startup, and they just raised $750 million. Must have spent it all on Reddit ads. I don't know. I've never seen that or heard of that. And this one we did Gazelle Intense Burnout Advice. We did that one before. You just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. The reason you stayed on it and have been doing it this long are the same reasons that you should keep doing it. Alrighty. Upcoming streams. Maybe a tech support with Coach Steve Monday tonight. Maybe still I've been trying to do stream number 10 on Uncharted 4 A Thief's End for a week now, and I've had internet problems, and then when I can play it I can't make any progress, so I've just been deleting them because I can't make any progress. If I don't make any progress after like 30 minutes or something like that, I just say, well, it'll be better for like continuous viewing if I actually make progress along the way. So we'll see about that. So I do have those to do, and that's certainly the plan to get both of those happening this week. Tech Support with Coach T Money and Old Man Video Gaming, Uncharted. And after Uncharted, I haven't decided what new game I'm going to play. I'm going to also go back and try to finish 2 that I've been working on. And of course, there's this show Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, even on a federal holiday like today. Even when the Ramsey show is a replay, it was not today, but I will still be live, and that's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and that's 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. for those of you that are in Central. All right, and no Curse of Oak Island until the show comes back in November, or if they have some kind of special this summer. I will recap that as well. Alrighty, links at the top of the chat in the video description below, and they're also at the right here on my YouTube banner. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me by clicking that link, calendly.com/coachstevemoney. And you click financial coaching right here, and then it gives you a calendar. You can pick the time, the date. You can change the month if you want and pick the time you want. And Calendly will let me know when you would like that appointment. And I will email you back and let you know what information I need in order to accurately financially assess you. Next is the PayPal, and that is paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney, and that is for donations, just like D.H. Human did, and much appreciated. And Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Email is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And you can email me about anything you'd like, especially if you'd like to sing the Baby Step song or any of the other Ramsey Solutions personalities songs that I've written. Would love to hear somebody else sing those. But you can also ask me about Oak Island, about anything Ramsey, anything financial coaching, anything about the scheduling of those appointments, and about video gaming, and about computer, and again about those songs that I have written. Alrighty, everyone, have a wonderful Monday night, or whenever you watch this, and make smart financial decisions every day.